This is from the book of Matthew, chapter 14. Jesus has just heard about the death of John the Baptist, so he goes to what the Bible calls a solitary place. He goes there, I guess, maybe to deal with some things. But the crowd finds out where he's going. And they run to meet him there. They run to meet Jesus. Now, I don't care how good I'm preaching. I don't know of anybody that's ever going to run to where I'm going to be so that they can be there to hear me. But I doubt anybody would run across the road. But they run to where Jesus is at. And Jesus has compassion on them. And so he heals their sick. And he probably preaches to them, talks to them about the kingdom, about other things. But it's getting late. The disciples are tired. They're worn out. They're ready to settle down for the evening. And so they come to Jesus and they tell him, would you please send them away? This is a remote place. You need to send them away. They need to get something to eat. They need something to sustain them. And Jesus says, well, you give them something to eat. And the disciples raise up a very practical objection. They say, well, we just don't have enough. We don't have enough stuff here. Jesus says, what do you have? He said, we've got 5 loaves and 2 fish. Now, how many times in our lives do we go to Jesus and we bring up to him our inadequacy? We bring up to him that we don't have enough of this or enough of that. I don't have the strength to be this way. I don't have the willpower to be this way. I don't have the money to do this thing. I don't have. I'm not enough. I am inadequate. The disciples brought to Jesus their inadequacy. What they had wasn't enough. They could not in their strength. They could not in their abilities. They could not in their resources take care or do the thing that Jesus has told them to do. You give them something to eat. Now there's a couple of things I want us to notice here. Number one, if Jesus gives the command, then he's going to provide the means. If Jesus gives the order, he is going to provide the means. And the disciples apparently didn't know that, because they start to argue. They start to highlight their inadequacy. If we spent a year's worth or 2/3 of a year worth of pay, we still would not have enough to buy. And there's no McDonald's here. There's no Pizza Hut or Kentucky Fried Chicken. And there might have been a Rick's Barbecue there, but these are Jews. Anyway, Jesus takes what they have, prays over it, and they start to hand it out to the crowd that they've had sit down in the fields, sit down in the area. And they feed 5,000 men, not counting women and children. They feed 5,000. They take up 12 baskets of leftovers. 12 baskets. One basket of food turns into 12 baskets of leftovers. Now here's what I want us to take from this. God takes the inadequacies that we give him. Jesus takes the inadequacies that we surrender to him and turns it into an abundance. He gives us an abundance of grace. I'm not barely saved. You're not barely saved. You're abundantly saved. Jesus is more than enough. But he doesn't take what we don't have. He only asks that we surrender to him what we know is not enough. We look at our lives and we say, I haven't lived right. I haven't done the right thing. I didn't go to church like I should. I didn't study the Bible like I should. I wasn't good to my family like I should have been. I wasn't this. I wasn't that. I wasn't the other thing. I wasn't what I should have been. Jesus is not interested in what I should have been. Jesus is interested in what I'm not enough of. He says, give me your inadequacy. Give me the inadequacy of your life. Give me what you don't have. And he'll take what you don't have. And he'll make it into an abundance. He'll give you more than you give him. You'll have 12 baskets of what was once only one. And it's not because he's wanting to glorify you. It's because that's who he is. He is the one. He takes my not enough and turns it into more than enough. He takes my lack and turns it into an abundance. What I cannot do in my strength, what I cannot do in my resources, what I cannot do, God has done for me in the person of Jesus. What you cannot do, God has done for you in the person of Jesus. He's taken your not enoughness and turns it into an abundance. Jesus knows you, and he loves you anyway.